multiple law enforcement agencies or 3-letter agencies which are out there, and they can all be monitoring certain things which are out there. Maybe you're dealing with them, so it's very difficult to really get the legitimacy of that unless you spent enough time there and you understood and you see. It's like anything in life. It's like physical dark world, which you would talk about, right? The underground, which you talk about, right? And I think the first principles apply in the same way on both the sides. People take that to extremes. There are these funny theories like, oh, there's a red room where you can pay and see people get tortured and things around that, which is utter crap, because the nature of how the onion internet works, because you're jumping between so many layers, you cannot live broadcast any video. So the maximum, even if there is something, and I've been there for a while now, even if there is something, they'll give you a Zoom link or a WebEx link, because then they'll need to come back to the normal web, which is out there, because it takes a lot of bandwidth. Because remember, when you're bouncing between different IPs, it obviously takes the latency higher. Latency basically means
delays the video.
Yeah. I'm talking
to the video.
King of videos here. So yes, you got it, right? So because of that, right? There's no live broadcasting that can happen. There's no YouTube that you can have in the dark web, especially with the definition of that kind of dark web, right? Now, the other way of looking at it is all the videos that you store on Google Drive is also on dark web.
Yeah.
Right? So that's a little bit about, just understanding where and how things are. Yes, there are a ton of forums out there. Yes, there'll be sections. Oh, you want fake passports. You want these arms and ammunitions. You want these drugs. Of course, there are forums out there. Things which I'm pretty sure are also very legitimate a lot of times, because again, and you can pay through Bitcoins, which again is not untraceable. In fact, Bitcoin is actually the most traceable currency you will ever come across. The only thing there is because there's no KYC. So while it can be traced to the individual super easily, you know this, right? When you do a transaction on Bitcoin, it stays forever. You can do that 5 years back, and I can still tell you exactly which wallet the money went to and from there where it went to. The problem is not traceability in Bitcoins. The problem is
the owner of the wallet,
because there's no KYC, right? I know there are government rules around KYC, but you can easily go through outside of that, and you can just make a wallet which is outside. That's super simple. So the KYC is the problem. Traceability, it's actually way more traceable than normal currency which is out there.
Okay, I want to talk on cyber frauds. Okay. What are the different type of frauds? How can
that's one area where I'm not the expert in, right? Because cyber frauds and cyber security are two fundamentally different things.
Okay.
Cyber frauds are Jamtara. Remember, I work with companies, not individuals.
If I have to put it in simple words and make it more individualistic for people to understand कि cyber security से लोगों को क्या फर्क पड़ता है? How am I getting affected by cybersecurity, cyber frauds, or cyber attacks, cyber threats? So there are a couple of attacks and frauds which happens. Can you explain us like 5 or 6 frauds?
Sure. So there are different kinds of frauds that you would call it as, right? Because you're talking about a hack. How does it matter to you as an individual?
Exactly.
Right. So let me just take a step back, and if I just explain to you the meaning of a hack, first of all, right?
Okay.
Again, something which is not very popularly understood.
Please.
Right? The Oxford Dictionary says the meaning of a hack very simply is making something do it's not designed to do. Right? So if you use this cup to put your toothbrush and just use it as a toothbrush holder in your bathroom, you just hacked the cup. Because the cup was not designed to go ahead and hold the toothbrush, right? But you just hacked the cup. That's the number one definition, which you're starting from the basics, right? Of what's the meaning of a hack, right?
Using something which was not designed to be used that way.
Exactly. That's what a hack is. So बहुत simple तरीके से कि अगर आप कुछ किसी चीज को use करते हो किसी तरीके से which is not originally designed. So that's a hack, right? Let's talk about cyber hacks, because that's what you were asking. So cyber hacks basically would be कि किसी भी cyber की dimension हो, whether it's mobile apps, whether it's your email accounts, whether it's your bank accounts, whether it's the password through which you log into your e-commerce website, doesn't matter what. It is not supposed to be used and ordered or money to be deducted that except when you want it to do that particular thing. If somebody else is doing that, that's a hack. So as simple as that. So you have a UPI application. मेरे पास Paytm है, right? और अगर मैं Paytm में जाके आपके अकाउंट से पैसे डिडक्ट कर लूं, and then I'm able to go ahead and I'm able to transfer that, that will be a hack.
بيني وبينك يا هالليل